Welcome to the Nature Center at Mount Etna Retreat Center. This facility is owned and operated by Chesapeake Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, and our purpose here is to minister to all sorts of educational groups and youth groups. Pathfinders and adventurers in particular like to come here because it's an easy place to teach nature honors. The facility is used to teach other honors as well, but particularly the nature honors because of the collections that we have here. So lions, tigers, and bears, you can come and see them. You know, I've traveled to a lot of our conference centers and our retreat centers across the North American division, been to about half of them over the last 20 years, and met a lot of amazing people who are doing some amazing things with adventure and Pathfinder ministry. But one of the challenges that I hear regularly is the lack of staff who have broad experience to teach these honors. For many years, I had the pleasure of directing a large club in the Potomac Conference. We had about 85 to 100 Pathfinders and 25 to 35 staff members. And with a group that size, there were many honors that we could teach from their varied backgrounds. But I now direct a smaller club with much fewer staff, and trying to find people with expertise in areas can often be a challenge. So one of the things we've advocated for many years as I've gone to do leadership training at various conferences is to pool your resources in an area to find where you have an expert on caving. And when you find a church member who loves to do an activity, they're happy to teach it to anybody. They're not concerned that it's just their local church. So by checking around and finding out what other things are being taught, you can find expert leaders who will be able to teach those things. Caving was one of the ones that we did. A sister conference had a guy who loved to go caving, and he would invite numerous clubs to go out and explore wild caves with him. It was an excellent way to spend a weekend together, to get 3 or 4 clubs together and to go and explore those wild caves. But we're in a situation now where that may be a little more difficult. But now we have the opportunity to teach these same things online. Come with me and let me introduce you to a couple of people. This is Mr. Kudu. Mr. Kudu is one of the 25 or 30 antelope that we have here in the Nature Center, which allows us to teach an honor that a lot of people in other places could not teach. We can teach the antelope honor here, and they can actually see specimens. Now, they're not live specimens, they're stuffed specimens. What was that? What? Oh, he wanted to make sure you knew he's Mr. Greater Kudu. Make sure you get the terms right. Come on in the other room with me. Welcome to the World Wildlife Room at the Nature Center. This is Mr. Sabel, one of my favorite antelopes. He ranges on the continent of Africa in the southeast section of the continent. An amazing creature. They very territorial, love to smash their heads together. We're going to ask in this time of challenging club meetings that you begin to be a little less territorial. We have a number of conferences who are now doing conference-wide online clubs, where the conference administration has taken on the mantle of organizing this, and local club members can simply come and sign in online to participate via Zoom meetings, via all sorts of formats. A number of conferences are doing online clubs for the entire conference. It allows them to share those resources like we talked about earlier. Northern California Conference, Upper Columbia Conference, Lake Region Conference are all doing those things. I encourage you to check in with their leadership. See if you can join in, or conference leaders. Check with these guys and see how they're doing it so you can implement a similar program in your conference. Texas Conference is holding an online camporee this weekend. Each family goes out and camps in their own backyard and then joins together in the evening online for evening programming and daytime activities. A group of lay people in the Georgia Conference have put together the Unstoppable Pathfinder Camporee. It will be taking place April 23 to 26. It's online. It's a full-blown camporee. They've got big-name speakers, Leo Ranzel and Jonathan Tahil and Bob Holbrook, World Pathfinder directors from the past, will all be presenting. They're doing honors. They're doing all sorts of activities. So we invite you to check out their site on Facebook. Check the listings here. They'll show up here below me. The challenge for all of these things is you got to go searching for these things. We encourage each conference to find a way to empower their people to join together in this time where we're physically separated, but we can come together to learn together, to share the resources we have, the things that other people couldn't teach that we could teach. Let's share what we have. That is a critical and important part of Pathfinder ministry. Check those places out and see how you can join in.